I think we're starting now, so we're a little bit late on that.
Here we go then, and welcome everybody to this event for the Fortress Faceoffs. It is myself, Aggro, together with me there is Lecter, and we are casting some Pyro on Pyro action.
And we're seeing the first fight pop off. There's a big rollout going through the red side of Connector, or Concrete, I mean, sorry, and then now the fight has moved completely to the mid. I've seen some picks, but no, it's very balanced still. No team has really won this yet.
Yeah, Fylock managed to get themselves killed off fairly early. That was a bit of a 1 versus 2 action, but it seems that is not representative of how things are played out since the Puff and Sting team have managed to take and hold the point for the first time. They are now looking to do a little bit of a forward hold, and they've got themselves caught out in a pincer action, a pincer movement.
Big fight going on grass. Some trades though, Blue still on the upper hand.
Garden Fungus was most definitely holding their own, unfortunately overwhelmed by the sheer volume of players against them, and yet still has left themselves in a great position where they have both the upper and the lower ground. Eat your heart out. It is Star Wars all over again. While we see Spooky just desperately trying to hold off and provide a little bit of offensive action while waiting for the rest of the team to respawn and come back onto the point where they are now holding and taking it. The time is most definitely going to start ticking down in their particular direction, but not quite doing so. Here we go. They've managed to take the point, and now they're going forward into the action, trying to force their way forward, trying to make a real difference here, and pushing in with all of the might. I was almost going to say something about Pyro, as if that was some sort of identifying class tag. It is not. They are all Pyros.
Yeah, there are a lot of people that will use the cosmetics to identify each other, but that might be a little bit too much. It looks like Blue is pretty dominant right now, though. The red team did recap at some point, but they didn't get very much time off of it at all. And Blue basically got a recap right away.
Yeah, they did. It's not a very fast capping midpoint, I have noticed that. And yet it seems like with both teams in full-on action at the moment, HysK, I think, possibly is getting a little bit on the positive side. I see what you mean about classes being burning for a great deal longer, though. And now it's a 1 versus 2 in this midsection area. Talk about being caught out in a bad place. That is unfortunate for HysK. They find themselves moving in as a 1v4 scenario. It's never going to play out very well for them. We see the entirety of Puff and Snuff going for, it's Puff and Sting, my apologies. Puff and Sting just moving forward to have this amazing, fast, like really far forward hold.
Yeah, they're super aggressive here. You don't really tend to see this. But it's working out for them. They're getting the frags, and now they're just able to use their numbers to their advantage. They even got they got someone all the way to the spawn.
Oh, that is appalling. That is the most BM I've ever seen in one Pyro versus another. I think they're going to try holding again in the same position. Can you explain to me how they all seem to have full health?
Yeah, well, one of the main melee weapons that people like to use is a back scratcher, because it sort of mitigates the lack of a medic, so it really helps the health economy. So you can just grab one half health kit and you'll basically be full at HP pretty much every time. And so they're really able to use their map control to their advantage and take take all the half health kits and make sure they're healthy before every fight.
Well, speaking of being healthy before every fight, we have one small, lowly liquidator trying to desperately hold a point on their own against two very, very aggressive Pyros. And that didn't seem to work out terribly well for them, but there still seems to be a good bit of action on this midsection, with a Pyro hanging out on top and doing a little bit of positive action of their own, setting fire to this poor, lowly HysK team. And that is the first point going for PNS.
Yeah, that was a pretty dominant display by PNS there. They won the first mid fight. They had one instance where Red was able to recap, and then after that they just pretty much held it down to the end.
exactly seems to be the way. Those players are definitely enjoying the positive results of capping and holding that point. But as we move into a second mid-action point, there seems to be a big separation between players across top and lower ground and air sections, and I think despite everything, HysK might be making a good move towards dominating this midpoint, although Const got left out on their own. Here we go, we're seeing a little bit more with Fish moving in on his own. It seems to be the case that you can't do DM. There's not enough space, there's not enough real estate to do a DM action. As soon as the action picks up, there is going to be multiple players versus multiple players.
Yeah, but the red team, they're not really seeming to do the same thing that blue was doing, where blue was very aggressive and taking all the space and trying to push all the way up to the spawn. Red instead tried to hold closer to the point, and it doesn't really seem to be working out for them.
Nope, they've got that kind of eye that says, got to take and hold mid for as long as possible, and the best way to do that is to be on mid. That doesn't seem to be the case. That doesn't seem to be the winning strategy. And now just one lowly, scared little Pyro out on their own. Did I see one Pyro blowing out another Pyro?
Yeah, that's where kind of where the Man Melter comes in, because the Dragon Story Afterburn does count as a normal Afterburn, so you can actually stack up lots of crits if you're taking up a more supportive role. And then obviously with the changes in Jungle Inferno, where if you extinguish a teammate, you get the 20 HP, then you can get lots of crits on your Man Melter and sort of help your own health economy. So there's a little bit of a strategy there, where if you don't want to take the half health kit so that your teammate can maybe get like 130 health with the back scratcher, then you can heal yourself for 20 HP with by extinguishing, and you get a little crit out of it as well. So
HysK now looks like they are thinking like very seriously about how it is that they should be going forward on this map. Trying to stay together a little bit more than they were doing a few moments ago, and it seems to be working out for them. They have the point, or at least they're stood on it at the moment. Frylock not wanting to give it away for free, but now we've got a few Pyros coming in across the top section, able to push and be effective, getting all of the HysK players out of position.
Yeah, Frylock did a great job. Frylock did a great job there, stalling the point, blocking it so that his teammates could come around from the back and just get some numbers in. It's a really good example of where Air Blast can help you stall out the point, help you block, and then you can get your respawners in.
3 plus 4 times on the point, managed to get a good capture in there for HysK. They've finally got to a position where they're able to capture the point and all be alive at the same time. Although they are now facing up against Spooky, who is very definitely wanting to get in there and get some action done for them. But from behind, here come the gorgeous Spooky and Fish, moving together as one sort of unit. You never really see these guys playing apart for too long.
Yeah, it seems like Red Team is getting picked apart here. They did try to take some more space there and trying to contest the enemy flank, but being a little bit more forward and taking fights into chokes. But they got overwhelmed in the end. But it was a little bit better than the last time they capped, that's for sure.
For sure. Like with the points at the moment, we're seeing about a minute down, and this is only like a best of 2 or first to 2 takes it. So the HysK can't afford to sit back for any singular moment. They've got to keep pushing and pushing hard. But
yeah, if they want a chance to win this round here, they really need to get together and start capping this point. It does seem like they're trying to group up more before they push, instead of going one by one and getting caught out. It looks like they're waiting for everyone to respawn and then pushing together, which is really what you should be doing in the game, because it's so easy to get just blown up in a 2v1, blown up in a matter of seconds, really.
With this map as well, it's very easy to get separated from the rest of your team. It is more a case of you've got to move together as one, because that's the only way you're going to find your teammates. The time it takes to get out and get around and do the pincer action might be too long. But even now, I'm looking at 2 players, Psylocke, facing off against unfortunate Vin and Iving. came in behind and finished them out. And now we see that PNS not only captured the point twice and held it for as long as they humanly could, it was enough for them to guarantee themselves an absolutely deserved win. The PNS do seem to be a team to watch out for. They are playing most definitely as a team.
Yeah, that was a very dominant display by Puppenstein. That was especially the start of the second round. I thought maybe HysK is going to be able to do a little bit more and maybe even get the round, but it was a small moment, and PNS quickly showed that they're the dominant team here. They put in a good they put in a good display.
For sure, for sure. I mean, HysK definitely showed that they are worthy of being here in these quarterfinals.